Hi, how you guys doing? This is William Myers, Mantis Outdoors, and today we're going to be continuing in our budget blade series. And today what we're going to be doing is the 5 to 20 range. And what we have in those ranges are actually several knives that are very capable of being in the woods and doing camp tasks. And the first two that I have is Mora. And these are the Companion series. These knives are $20. You can pick them up for $16 to $20. Most commonly it's 20 bucks though. And this is the F series, which is, this one is stainless steel. I do believe they come out in a carbon steel, but this is stainless. I got this for my son, so I wanted him to have a stainless steel knife because he's rough, he's rough on knives. He doesn't really do tool maintenance the way that he should. He's just a kid. So I got him a stainless blade, and then he'll move up to a carbon steel, and then he'll move up in size and things like that. This is my wife's. It's a Mora Companion MG. And some people say that stands for military grade, and it stands for military green. But let's go ahead and pull these out and see what they look like and what they can do. Alright, like I said, this is my son Connor's knife, and this is my son Connor. And the way that we fashioned this on him, he got like a little lanyard from LK Right Handcraft Knives when he went and visited their shop. And it's really good just to kind of throw it over there. It kind of gets in the way. So what he likes to do is stick his arm through the lanyard and wear it like that. And he's got a big ferro rod on here that Jamie Burley gave to him. What do you say to Jamie?
Thank you.
And then he's got his knife. He always carries a whistle in the woods, and he carries a small kit that has some other things in it, but we're not really going through that right now. So let's look at the, like I said, let's look at the blades and see what they can do. Alright guys, so there's the MG, and then there's the F. They're pretty much exactly the same. Excuse me. Getting the orange, the F series, it's really good for kids and things like that, because if they drop them, it's pretty easy to find. The green, not so easy to find. The great thing about these knives are that they come right out of the box. Super sharp, guys. So if you are giving these to a kid, please be careful. But it has a 4-inch blade. It's 3/4 of an inch thick and 1/26 of an inch in diameter up here, which is about 1/8 of an inch. The bad thing about these blades is the spine of the knife is very rounded. Okay, I haven't done anything to my wife's yet. We pretty much just got this. There's no way you're striking a spark from that. You have to really work at it. But very simply, if you just take a rotary tool to the spine of the knife, you're going to get a spark, and you're going to get a really good one. All you do is just put a 90-degree spine on the knife for the sparks. Okay guys, so Mora is pretty much synonymous with the outdoors, and these blades are just that. They're really great blades for the bushcraft and woodcraft, whatever you want to call it. This series, all the Moras, but this one being adequately named the Companion, because that's exactly what I would use it for, as a companion knife. Much like I use the Sean the Silver Fox cub knife. I use that as a companion knife to my main knife, which is, if I can get it out, piece of my shirt stuck in it. My Pathfinder Scout. And that's my main blade. But for a child, like I said, my son owns this knife actually. These are great for them as startup blades, because one, right out of the box, they come super sharp. So let's put it on this stick and see if we can't get some feathers, and see if we can't get them to light with a ferro rod. I have to say, this knife is, like I said, my son's, so it has been sharpened before. This isn't how it comes out of the box, but right out of the box it does come really sharp. And you can see it's just knocking really fine curls out of there, out of this dry wood here. And yeah, I had some comments on a video from Prepared Mind 101 about using wet wood versus dry wood. This is actually dry wood because there's a ton of it laying around here. But you know, they said they wanted to see test with dry wood, not wet. My point of that was making fire with wet wood. You know, it forces you to make super paper thin curls so that you can get them to combustion. Yeah, as you can see, that is just making awesome curls. I'm not going to have any problem getting those alight with a fur knife. You know, like I said in other videos too, when you go down a feather stick, you're just making two corners. So you can pick one of those corners and go down that corner, and that's where your next curl is going to be. Also, if you cock your knife up or down, that's going to direct where your curls are going to go. So, as you can see, most of my curls are heading in this direction. So, to get my feathers to force in this direction, like I said, I'm just going to cock my knife. Instead of having it straight, I'm going to cock it up this way. And that's going to force my curls to start running that direction. See where that curl ran. And that's just going to make my feather stick full and round. And you know, there's books out there about doing this where you only need 6 or 7 curls. You know, I make like a broom almost. You know, I just take the time. Just doesn't take that much time. You know, make a lot of curls, real thin curls, especially on my first one. And that's what I'll like. I want that to take a spark. So then the other ones I can make a little bit thicker, a little bit fuller, thicker curls, because they'll get lit by the first feather stick. And as you can see, this knife is just rocking and rolling on this wood. And I'm sure that right about now we have plenty to take a spark. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Get them real thin ones going. And we're going to use the modified spine on the back of this knife to show you guys how easy it is to do that. Like I said, all it is just a Dremel tool. And there we go, guys. Alright, so, you know, we're going to use this baton to baton some some notching in. And I know what you're going to say, oh, you should never baton with a Mora. Well, you know, the notchings and things like that, that's more delicate batoning. You're not going to pop a rat tail tang through the handle just doing real delicate stuff like this. Alright, let's see how the blade does with a square notch. And the reason why I like doing square notches is because you baton one side, you baton the other side, and then you actually use the blade of the knife to pop the notch out. And that's a pretty good test of the knife. See, you know, if you're rolling the edge afterwards, things like that. Went through. All right. Alright guys, so one of the tests that, me and Chris do a lot of times is batoning. And there's several reasons why I baton, there's several reasons why he batons. And to test the knife, it's to see how durable that knife is. We're absolutely not going to baton with these knives. In my opinion, it's not safe. What you see me do, just batoning a little notch in, that's no problem at all. That's just real delicate stuff, no big deal. Actually, trying to baton through a nice big hard wood, to process that wood down, that's not safe in my mind. And I know a lot of people that baton with Moras and no problems. That one time is what I'm worried about, and I've seen it happen that one time. Again, that wasn't with a Companion, that was with a Mora 2, but just because of that reason, I don't baton with stick tang knives. But this knife, like I said, is adequately named Companion because this is a great companion to your main blade. So get this thing, throw it in your pack, and you have a standby blade just sitting there waiting, or a smaller blade to your big main blade that is just great for smaller camp tasks. Alright guys, well, this has been William Myers from Mantis Outdoors. I hope you enjoyed this video in our continuation of the series of budget blades. Like I said, this fits into the $5 to $20 range, and we have one more blade in this range that we're going to be doing here in a little bit, so please stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, I appreciate it if you click subscribe below. Liking my video helps me and my channel out a lot. I appreciate all reviews, comments, and support. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the woods.